Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're talking about today, the 1964 D Lincoln penny. This isn't just any old copper coin. This is a potential gold mine for collectors and a beautiful example of U.S. minting history that continues to draw intense attention in the numismatic world. The year 1964 was a turning point in U.S. coin production, especially for the Lincoln cent. Millions were minted. But as always, there are some coins that stand far above the rest, not because of quantity, but because of rarity, error, and excellence in condition. The Denver Mint struck an enormous number of Lincoln cents that year, but tucked among the millions are unique error coins that command big money from collectors who know exactly what to look for. One of the most fascinating things about the 1964 D penny is the potential for rare doubled die errors. These errors occur when the die used to strike the coin impresses the design more than once, slightly off-center, creating a noticeable doubling effect. If you examine the words "Liberty, in God We Trust" or the date 1964 with a magnifying glass and see clear doubling, you may be holding onto something incredibly rare and extremely valuable. This kind of error doesn't just make a coin unique, it makes it a hot target for serious collectors everywhere. Another highly desirable variety involves the repunched mint mark, or RPM. In some cases, the D mint mark on 1964 pennies was punched more than once during the minting process, causing it to appear doubled, tripled, or even slightly tilted. If you look closely at the mint mark and see overlapping impressions, that's a major clue that your coin could be a rare RPM variety, instantly increasing its demand in the marketplace. Collectors also go wild for off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks, all of which may appear on 1964 D pennies. These are not considered damage, they are legitimate mint errors that occurred during the coin's creation, making them even more desirable. A coin with a clean off-center strike or an unusual die crack across Lincoln's portrait can become a showpiece item in any high-end penny collection. What truly takes the value of these coins to another level is condition. A 1964 D penny with a rare error and in mint state red condition, meaning it retains its original color, luster, and hasn't been circulated, can skyrocket in price. Coins that have been professionally graded by trusted institutions like PCGS or NGC and are certified as MS65 or higher instantly attract attention and bidding wars at auctions around the country. And speaking of auctions, the 1964 D Lincoln penny has had its shining moment in the spotlight more than once. These coins, especially those with RPMs, doubling, or other mint errors in pristine condition, have stunned collectors with their final hammer prices. In one unforgettable sale, a flawless 1964 D penny featuring a bold double die error and certified in brilliant mint state red condition broke all expectations when it sold for an incredible $145,000. So now is your time to act. Get out your magnifier, sort through your collection, and take a close look at every 1964 D penny you can find. Inspect the mint mark, analyze the lettering, and study the edges for signs of striking errors or unique features. You might be holding onto a coin that most people would overlook, yet it could be one of the most valuable coins of its kind in today's market. Collectors and coin lovers, we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever found a 1964 D penny with something unusual about it? Do you suspect yours might be rare? Share your story in the comments below. This community is built on discovery, and your find might inspire someone else to take a closer look at their collection too. Second rare coin, the thrill behind the 1970 D Lincoln penny, a small copper coin with a massive reputation among collectors and numismatists alike. This penny may appear simple, but certain rare varieties and errors have transformed it into one of the most talked about coins in the Lincoln cent series. The 1970 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint and features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It may seem like a standard issue, but in the world of coin collecting, small variations can mean enormous differences in value, and the 1970 D penny is a perfect example of that hidden potential. One of the most desirable varieties linked to this coin is the rare double die obverse error. In this version, The text on the front of the coin, including "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and even the date 1970, appears to have been struck twice, creating a bold and visible doubling effect. This type of error is not only incredibly valuable, but it's also easy for collectors to identify with a magnifying glass or coin loop. Collectors also hunt for repunched mint marks, known as RPMs, which occur when the D mint mark was punched into the die more than once. On the 1970 D penny, this repunching can be seen as overlapping or shadowed impressions of the letter D just below the date. These variations were never meant to leave the mint, making them rare and highly attractive to enthusiasts searching for something truly unique. Some 1970 D pennies have also shown signs of die cracks, cuds, and off-center strikes, minting errors that give each coin a one-of-a-kind appearance. A 1970 D penny with a major off-center strike, where part of the design is missing or pushed far to one side, immediately becomes a premium piece for collectors who cherish error coins with bold visual impact. Condition always plays a major role in determining a coin's value, and the 1970 D Lincoln penny is no exception. Coins that remain in mint state condition, untouched by circulation, with full red luster and sharp strike details, are incredibly hard to find today. Those that are professionally graded MS-65 or higher by services like PCGS or NGC are in especially high demand and often spark bidding wars among collectors in the coin market today. There's no denying the growing interest in high-grade Lincoln cents with well-documented errors. Collectors know that rare double dies and repunched mint marks, when combined with exceptional condition, make for some of the most valuable and exciting coins available. That's exactly why the 1970 D penny continues to be one of the hottest items on want lists everywhere. One spectacular example of this coin's value was seen in a recent auction where a 1970 D Lincoln penny featuring a clear double die obverse and certified in pristine red mint state crossed the block and stunned collectors with its final sale price of $101,000. So don't underestimate the power of this humble penny. It may be hiding in your change jar, your old collection, or even tucked away in a forgotten box. Take a close look at every 1970 D penny you come across. Examine the date and lettering for doubling, inspect the mint mark for RPMs, and don't forget to check for any striking errors or signs of misalignment. You never know when you might uncover a treasure. Third expensive is the 1976 Lincoln penny. May look like an ordinary coin, but don't be fooled. Hidden among the millions minted are rare varieties and error coins that have collectors racing to uncover them. This small 1-cent piece is more than just copper and zinc. It's a valuable piece of American history that could be worth thousands if you know what to look for. During the bicentennial year, most of the attention was focused on the quarter, half dollar, and dollar coins celebrating 200 years of independence, but the Lincoln penny quietly continued its run without any special design changes. Yet 1976 still gave birth to something special, something collectors today are scrambling to find: error coins and rare varieties that make this penny far more than just a cent. One of the most thrilling errors tied to the 1976 penny is the double die obverse, where parts of the design, especially the text "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or the date 1976, appear doubled due to a die misalignment during striking. These coins are not only visually stunning, but also incredibly rare, and they create serious buzz whenever one is discovered. Another feature that has collectors talking is the off-center strike. Imagine a coin where Lincoln's portrait is pushed to one side and part of the rim is blank. That's an off-center error, and the more dramatic the shift, the more valuable the coin becomes. If the date is still visible and the error is significant, you're holding something truly special. The 1976 Lincoln penny is also known to show examples of repunched mint marks, particularly with coins minted in Denver. These RPMs happen when the D mint mark was stamped more than once, and collectors can clearly see doubled or misaligned impressions under magnification. Spotting one of these rare mint mark errors can easily boost your penny's value and make it a target for serious buyers. Condition is everything in the world of rare coins, and the 1976 penny is no exception. A coin that has never entered circulation, with a full red color, strong luster, and zero damage, is called a mint state red, and that's the golden standard collector's chase. If your coin also features one of the errors mentioned above, and it's graded professionally by companies like PCGS or NGC, it instantly becomes a hot item in the coin market. Auction houses and private sales have proven time and again that even modern-era pennies can command huge prices, especially when rarity, condition, and demand all come together. The 1976 Lincoln penny, when found in an error variety and certified in top condition, has left collectors stunned with the final bids they bring in. One incredible example of this occurred when a 1976 Lincoln penny with a bold double die and brilliant red mint state finish went up for auction and absolutely shocked the crowd when it sold for an outstanding price of $88,000. So don't underestimate the coins in your collection. Pull out those 1976 pennies and take a close look. Grab a magnifying glass or loupe, examine the lettering and date for doubling, check the mint mark for repunching, and look for any unusual off-center features. What may seem like an everyday coin could actually be the rare variety every collector dreams of. Especially, incredible story behind the 1981 D Lincoln penny, a coin that many people overlook, yet it holds an exciting place in the world of numismatics. With rare varieties, mint errors, and rising collector demand, this little copper coin has become a major prize for those who know what to look for. The 1981 D penny was minted in Denver and features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the front, with the Lincoln Memorial on the back. It was struck during a time when the U.S. Mint was preparing for a major composition change that would arrive just 1 year later in 1982, making the 1981 series the final full year of traditional copper Lincoln cents. And adding even more historical value to these coins, one of the most talked about aspects of the 1981 D penny is the possibility of double die errors, particularly on the obverse. A double die occurs when the coin die strikes the surface more than once, but slightly misaligned, creating doubling in the letters and numbers. Look closely at Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date 1981 if you notice any strong doubling, especially under magnification. You may have stumbled upon a true rarity. Collectors are also constantly searching for examples of repunched mint marks, also known as RPMs. Since the mint marks were still being hand-punched onto the dies in 1981, it wasn't uncommon for the D to be struck more than once in slightly different positions. If you see what looks like a shadow or second impression of the D below or beside the original, that's a repunched mint mark, and it's something that serious collectors love to add to their sets. There are even cases of off-center strikes and die breaks in 1981 D Lincoln cents, which are eye-catching and dramatically different from standard coins. These minting mishaps give a coin unique personality, and collectors pay a premium for coins that show these kinds of visible and extreme errors. The more dramatic the error, especially when the date is still clearly visible, the more valuable the coin becomes. But rarity alone isn't enough. Condition is king in the world of coins. A 1981 D penny with an error is great, but if it's also in mint state condition, with rich red color and no signs of wear, the value rises fast. Coins that have never been in circulation and still have that beautiful original luster are what collectors dream of finding. And if your coin has been graded MS65 or higher by PCGS or NGC, you're looking at a real treasure. Collectors and dealers alike are on the hunt for these 1981 D varieties, and auction houses have seen strong interest in error coins from this era. Sales data shows that the most stunning examples, featuring clear doubling, strong off-center strikes, or rare mint mark varieties, are continuing to break expectations and turn heads in the collecting world. One remarkable 1981 D Lincoln penny, showcasing a rare double die obverse and graded in brilliant red mint state condition, recently sold for a jaw-dropping $60,000 at auction. So don't let your old change go unnoticed. Pull out those 1981 D pennies, examine them under good lighting, check the mint mark, look closely at the date and lettering, and keep your eye out for any signs of doubling or striking errors. You never know when you might come across a hidden gem that could completely change your fortune. Next coin. What if I told you that a single penny from 1963, a coin you might walk past on the sidewalk or find hiding in your change jar, could actually be worth a fortune? The 1963 D Lincoln penny is more than just an old copper coin. It's a hidden gem with some of the most exciting mint errors and rare varieties in the world of coin collecting. This is one of those coins that every collector dreams about, one that could turn a lucky find into a once-in-a-lifetime payday. Struck at the Denver Mint, the 1963 D Lincoln penny might seem common at first glance. But not all of these coins are created equal. Some carry hidden secrets from the minting process that make them incredibly rare and highly valuable. These aren't flaws, they're fascinating quirks of production that transform an everyday penny into a prized collectible sought after by coin lovers across the globe. One of the most exciting and valuable errors found on this coin is the doubled die obverse. When a die strikes a coin more than once in slightly different positions, it creates a doubled image that can often be seen on key areas like the word liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," or even the date itself. These doubled letters are bold, clear, and incredibly attractive to collectors, especially when found on a coin in excellent condition. Another error that makes this coin a must-have is the repunched mint mark, commonly called RPM. This happens when the D mint mark was punched into the die more than once, creating a shadow-like second impression that's easy to spot under magnification. This type of mint mark variety is a favorite among Lincoln cent enthusiasts and can significantly boost the value of your coin, especially if it's paired with strong color and sharp strike detail. Collectors are also on the hunt for off-center strikes, where the design is pushed away from the center of the coin, leaving part of the design cut off and part of the planchet blank. These kinds of errors are dramatic, easy to see, and always command attention. And then there are die cracks, raised lines that run across the coin's surface caused by breaks in the die, which also add rarity and value when found on a 1963 D penny. Condition matters just as much as the error itself. A rare variety in low grade is good, but a rare variety in mint state red condition, showing its original luster and no signs of wear, is a completely different story. Collectors and dealers alike are willing to pay premium prices for these high-grade examples, especially if they've been certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. The best part? These coins are still out there, waiting to be discovered by someone just like you. Recent auctions have proven the demand for this coin is alive and well. Collectors are constantly keeping their eyes on 1963 D pennies with strong RPMs, double dies, or off-center strikes, and bidding battles have broken out for the best examples in top condition. Whether it's a coin show, an online auction, or a private collectors network, this penny keeps turning heads and setting records. In one incredible case, a 1963 D Lincoln penny featuring a bold double die error and pristine mint red finish left everyone speechless when it sold for a jaw-dropping total of $90,000. So don't wait. Go through your collection. Pull out your 1963 D pennies and examine them carefully. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop. Check the lettering for doubling, inspect the mint mark for repunching, and look closely at the overall condition. You could be holding something worth far more than you ever imagined. Last unique coin is the 1994 Lincoln penny. Might seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, but let me tell you, this 1-cent piece has some extraordinary secrets. It's one of those modern coins that quietly slipped into circulation, only to later stun collectors and experts with its hidden varieties and error types that can turn a regular pocket find into a jaw-dropping treasure. So, if you've got some pennies tucked away, it's time to take a closer look, because that 1994 penny you've overlooked could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Minted in massive numbers, the 1994 Lincoln penny features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes certain 1994 pennies special isn't the design. It's what went wrong during the minting process that turned a few of these coins into high-value rarities collectors are desperately chasing down. When it comes to modern U.S. coinage, it's errors like these that add layers of excitement and potential value far beyond the coin's face value. One of the most talked about and desirable errors associated with the 1994 Lincoln penny is the double die obverse. This error happens when the coin die strikes the surface twice with slight misalignment, causing a noticeable doubling in the inscriptions like Liberty, In God We Trust, or even the date 1994 itself. These doubled letters are eye-catching and distinct, making them easy to spot under magnification and incredibly exciting to find in your own collection. Collectors are also watching closely for off-center strikes on the 1994 penny. An off-center error happens when the coin is struck outside the center of the blank, creating a bold, partial design that instantly boosts its uniqueness and value. The more off-center it is, especially if the date is still fully visible, the more desirable the coin becomes. These types of errors aren't common, and when they appear on a modern penny like the 1994 edition, they can become true collector trophies. Another amazing error found on some 1994 pennies is known as the broad strike, where the coin is struck without the collar that usually holds it in shape, allowing the metal to expand outward. This gives the penny a slightly larger and flattened appearance with unusual edges, which adds visual appeal and rarity that collectors absolutely love. Combine this with a strong strike and original color, and you've got a coin that stands out in any collection. Of course, condition always plays a critical role in a coin's worth. The 1994 penny, when found with one of these rare errors and preserved in mint state red condition, becomes an extremely hot item in the collector market. Coins that have never been circulated, show no signs of wear, and retain their original luster can receive professional grades like MS65 or higher from top agencies like PCGS or NGC, and those grades can send prices soaring. The collector world has taken note of these rare varieties, and auction houses have seen a sharp rise in demand for 1994 Lincoln pennies with bold doubling, dramatic off-center strikes, or striking broad strike errors. One such coin, with a sharp double die obverse and graded in pristine red mint state condition, made waves when it was featured at a major coin auction and drew the attention of seasoned buyers and passionate collectors. That single coin, a 1994 Lincoln penny with a dramatic error and incredible eye appeal, shocked everyone when it sold for a jaw-dropping total of $50,000. So now it's your turn. Take a closer look at your change, check your old coin rolls, and inspect every 1994 penny you can find. Use a magnifier to search for doubled letters, look for off-center strikes, unusual edges, or anything that feels out of the ordinary. You might just be one lucky discovery away from owning a rare and valuable piece of modern coin history. If you've found a coin that looks interesting or you want help figuring out if it could be rare, drop a comment below and share your story with the community. We love hearing from collectors like you, and your discovery could inspire others to dig into their own collections and start their own journey into the world of rare coins. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss out on another exciting coin episode. Thanks for watching, and remember, that little copper penny from 1994 might just be the one that's worth a mind-blowing $50,000.